Alright guys, question 4. Disneyland wants Cinderella Incorporated to consider a proposal, but they are making some new pathways to get over shorter distances. They are slightly more expensive at $150 per metre for these pathways, but let's see how we go. All we're doing here is connecting each of the sections again, but doing it in the shortest way possible. So where we had some different directions in our path, we're now making straight lines, because straight lines are shorter, to connect each of our buildings as we go. Once you've got all your lines, you're adding in your distances, so measuring the length of your lines. Of course, once we have these distances, we're then going to need to have a new network diagram with each of them. Alrighty guys, so setting out our new network diagram with all of our lovely areas in Disneyland and putting our new connections in. So you'll notice that the lines are in similar places, they've just got very different distances. We have our new scale distances on our network diagram. We're going to have to reconvert them to work out how far they are in real life meters when we are trying to actually walk between these areas in Disneyland. Otherwise, it'd be kind of awkward trying to have a roller coaster 3.8 centimeters away from like a water slide. Like, I don't know what your world's like, but I'd want some more space, I'll be honest. So chucking those new measurements onto a network diagram in the right place, so do be wary. If it went from 5 to 4, put it from 5 to 4, etc, etc. Once we've got all our measurements on there, we can add up how far it's going to be, work out a cost, and then probably work out our minimum spanning tree for it, because let's be honest, who wants to pay for covered walkways between all of the areas? That's crazy. Alrighty, adding all of our different sections together to get us there, to work out our whole distance. We can then do a cost. It's not important for you guys to do a cost for the whole work of the new covered ones, but it's nice to have extra info in there. It's never a bad idea. So don't forget to have an explanation on why you've chosen the next path. So I've got a cost there, like I said, it's not the final answer for 4, because what we're going to want is a minimum spanning tree, but again, explain how you've made those decisions on your tree and why you've made certain directions. I'm going to grab up the green highlighter again to show you where my minimum spanning tree is going to go in here. As always, I'm choosing just a random point to start at. It doesn't really matter which one, I just like the number 5. And then choosing the shortest path from there, then looking at 5 and 6, the shortest path from there, looking at 5, 6 and 1, the shortest path from there, etc, etc, till all of the vertices are covered. Once I've got all of them covered, I'm then adding up the distances that we have actually travelled, and then working out the cost for the minimum spanning tree for the new coverage. And here is my final cost for the Cinderella Incorporated proposal, which was the minimum spanning tree based on newly built pathways between each of them, so that we didn't have to cover those crazy long paths that we had before. For your one, you're going to be looking at where the buildings are slightly closer together, draw it on your original map, measure it out, and then create the new network pathway from there. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of trouble and you're going to end up in the wrong spaces. So just be wary, think it through, ask if you're not sure as always. If any of my answers aren't clear enough, ask again. Ask me to keep clarifying, keep asking. I honestly don't mind. It's better to ask now than to not know and be kind of freaked out later. Ciao for now.